Okay, then. So here we are. Here we are in September. We are for the Southern Hemisphere, and spring is here. And I'm sorry, Tara, who's in the UK. I think autumn has hit. So wherever you are, it's a beautiful time of the year, whether it's autumn or spring. I think it's a gorgeous time of the year anyway. So, good to see you. Good to see you all. I think there might be a few others sort of flying in and out. We'll see what happens. But wonderful. Let's have should we just have a bit of a roundup? Let's see where everyone's at. Let's just, I think, a quick check-in from everyone, and then we'll just take it from there. I think something will evolve. I don't have anything organized for today. I just want to just share. Let's share. If you've got questions, comments, or things you've done, things you're doing, things you're stuck on, that's why this forum is so cool, because we get great minds to solve any problems you have. So, anyone want to start?
I'd like to say thank you to, I forget who, for the suggestion of touch your book every day. I found that helpful.
Yeah, awesome. That the first person that said that, you were at the Saturday morning forum last month, Chris?
I forget, about a week ago, perhaps a bit more.
Yeah, it was a bit more, but it was a morning one. I think there was a Saturday. I can't remember if you came to the last Monday evening one or the last Saturday morning one. But there's a lady in the US who comes to the one on the Saturday morning. Cherie, is her name? Cherie. And she's written a couple of books, and that was her. Just touch your book every day. And so I think it's something we've coined, haven't we? And it is a good one, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So how's it going? What have you been? Tell us about that, Chris.
All right. I've decided my work so far is too much of a Chinese pick-a-poo ticket, so I've started again.
Okay. So you're right at the beginning.
Yes. Yeah. Obviously, just sort of recollating what I had. Yes. And ditching a fair bit of it. The sort of background got lengthy, and I thought I'd lose people at the beginning if I made it too lengthy. So I just decided to go back to the start and awesome. Approach it slightly differently and just crack on.
Awesome, mate. Now, just for the people that don't know what you're writing about, because it's pretty interesting, do you want to maybe share just quickly what the book's about?
One of the battles in the First World War, the first proper tank battle, not the first battle including tanks, but the one that proved the concept of mechanised warfare, had plenty of Australians in it, in Australian units. And even the tankies over here who commemorate that every year, they don't know it. So I just thought I'd retell the story just to include us. In the process, I'm finding lots of other people or lots of other nations' contributions get left out as well. So I'll try and include them without, filling it up too much with stuff that I think not everybody will be interested in reading. But yeah, so that's the deal. But also I've discovered that, and that's where the beginning of it is, World War I's war in the Pacific. Anybody heard of that? It only lasted a couple of months. We won it in quick time with New Zealand. So, and that's before we even deployed overseas. So I thought one of the members of the Battle of Cambrai that I'm writing about was actually a spy for that, in preparation for that battle. So I thought that'd be a nice way to lead into setting the scene.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Good on you, mate. Yeah, it's a story that I think needs to be told, isn't it? So good on you.
For sure.
Good one. All right. Well, thanks, Chris. Good job, mate. Who else? Hi, Sue.
I'm here eventually. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I know you're at work, so that's a challenge for you. So, who else would like to give us? Actually, Sue, now that you've just popped in, because I know you don't have a lot of time, do you?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
So
I will eventually.
Sue's in England as well, and she started, and I'd just love for her to check. She started the the 63-day challenge. So tell us how it's going, Sue.
It's going very well, Andrew. Yeah. I really recommend it to people. When you're ready, then jump on, because I think, well, I'm just one of these people that if I have a number and I haven't done it, then I'm kind of compelled to do it. So I think it's really good. I think what it's doing is making it really doable. I think that's the thing, is making it, really low bar, do it doable, and then creating that kind of not only habit, but I think identity. And I think that's the biggest thing, is to create some kind of identity around the process, which is, for me, one of the biggest things. I'm sure lots of people that haven't been authors ever, to have an identity with writing something. Of course, the gremlins come in and you're thinking, what the hell am I doing? But I just, it's just doing it. And I just, I really appreciate being able to kind of post those little messages, and I recommend it. What can I say? It's amazing. I'm day 11 yesterday, the day 12 today. It's kind of going, you get awareness of time, I think, as well. The time just will go without you, so just jump on it, and it's good to be able to kind of be very conscious of that time going by.
Awesome. So, and isn't it amazing that it's when you do it you focus on winning the day, just got to do it today. And it seems like yesterday, and you've done 11 days. Now, Kat, what was your latest count? Like, Kat started this last year, right?
So
tell us what
today,
this is how many days Kat has done straight touching her book.
Today will be 318.
318. And what she's done, and the whole idea, for those of you who are not sure what I mean by the 63-day challenge, the neuroscience, I've done a lot of reading, a lot of research on this around the neuroscience of creating a strong neural pathway in your brain, or effectively creating a unconscious habit. 63, the neuroscience is suggesting it takes at least 63 days of consistent touching of something, a consistent behavior, to turn it into the brushing your teeth kind of rhythm, routine, something that it's who you are, it's just part of your DNA. Now, Kat's just got to day 63, and guess what happened? I'm doing it, I'll keep going. And now, because she got to day 126, and she kept going. Now she's on day 319 or whatever she's on. And it's now, people go, wow, that's amazing. But Kat, it's not that amazing, is it? I mean, because it's now just what you do. And that's, when you get into that kind of rhythm, that's when you write books. Not because you're clever or smart or talented or the best writer, because you do it. You write every day, and books are the result of writing.
It's become such a good habit too, in terms of that, like, some very, very supportive partner who will say things like, oh, have you done your writing yet? Do you want to do that while I'll pull in the laundry and you can go do your writing? Like, it's a part of our life now, which has been fantastic. So it's not like, oh, we have to, I need this it's just known. It's just a known entity. And so it's really easy for us both. And him just saying like, oh, do you want me to put away the dishes so you can do your writing? That's just a normal part of conversation. And like, that really lowered the bar for me, because I was always feeling like, oh, but one more thing I want to do that's taking away from us. But now it's so easy, and and he feels great because he's supporting me by just saying, okay, I'll put on my video game, you can go do your writing. Like, I know job. The tragedy is real, right? So
it's a tough gig.
You suddenly realise they don't need you there all the time, Kat. That's what it is.
That's it. No, that's it. But it's been great. It's one of those things that we found that space to give. Yeah. Anyway, it's awesome, and it makes it easier even on the hard days. And then the just touch your book every day element makes it easy too. Is like, it's been crazy times for me. I know. So you were putting on some of your posts at like, busy days and stuff. Not every day do I get my goal of 10 minutes or this much or whatever, but if I just do something, like, yeah. And the pressure I put on myself now, like, imagine I'm this close to a year and then I didn't, right? Like, can you imagine? So, but it makes it easier. It makes it easier to just keep going.
Yeah, because you don't want to miss a day because it means you've got to start all over again.
Yeah.
Day 300 on, you do not want to start all over again, right?
Terrible.
No, that's awesome. Good job. Thanks, Sue. And Tara, hello. Good to see your face. We might. Do you want,
Hello.
hello.
Sorry, I was cooking breakfast. I thought nobody wants to watch me cooking breakfast.
Oh,
So
what
hello,
were you-
everybody.
What were you cooking?
Bacon and eggs.
Oh, yum.
Strong start to the week.
Oh, yum. So, while we've got you, Tara, so Tara's been writing her book and she's finished the first draft and now going through it again. But tell us how that's going for you, Tara.
Yeah, so I know we had our call last week and I said I kind of just feel like I've hit a bit of a wall. I think I did the first draft and then found editing a lot harder than the writing side. So it's really nice to kind of be among you all and hear various stages and progress and things. And I'm definitely going to try the 63-day sprint, if you like, just doing something each day.
I'll send you a tracking sheet. Here's the key to the 63 days for anyone that hasn't done it. The key to the 63 days is don't think about 63 days.
Okay.
Right? Because to me, that's intimidating. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but 63 days sounds like a long way off to me. I can't focus on 63 days. The key to it working is focus one day today and make sure that you tick the box for today and celebrate and go, yay. That's all you need to worry about. Because then when midnight strikes, you've got a new today and you do the same thing. And if you just focus on today, every day, then before you know it, you've got 63 days. And then before you know it, you've got 126 days. And before you know it, you've got 319 days and so on. So, yeah, awesome.
Andrew, that sounds
Yes.
like my Ridgeback every morning. So, what she does is she looks at me and says, "It's today. We're going for a walk."
Absolutely.
And then tomorrow it's the same thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I know, tracker would be super helpful. Thank you. I've done it today, this morning.
I'll put it on. I'll actually tag when I send the email out following this session. I'll attach it so you all have it. So yeah, cool, awesome. Good to see you, Tara. Good to see you. Hi, Judy. How are you?
Good, thank you. Sorry, I was out walking the dog and didn't realise the time.
Yeah, that's all good. Okay, who else would like to give us a bit of an update where they're at? Anyone want to share anything or any thoughts, any ideas, any breakthroughs, any challenges? Steve, and then Deb.
I've spent the last week or two or three preparing for the Big Sky Readers and Writers Festival in Geraldton. So I'm one of the speakers up there, and that's a more of a preparation than I expected it to be. But yeah, I'm going through that and getting used to sitting in front of people talking like on camera like this. But the way I'm doing it, part of what I'm doing is I'm taking a whole bunch of my blogs that I've got on my website and I'm videoing them. So I'm turning them into a talk, a talk blog. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Good on you. Awesome. Well done. Deborah Marks, because we've got a couple of Debs.
Yep.
In the call.
I'm getting heavily into the second draft of my third book. And, it's always a challenge. Anything like editing is much more boring than writing. But doing really well, skimming through it fairly quickly because I've learnt from the other books how to structure what I'm writing more.
Yep.
So that I'm not having to come back and put all that structure in this time around. So yay me, I learned stuff.
Yay, good on you. That's wonderful. That's so good. Good on you, Deborah. Thank you for sharing that. I actually quite like editing. I like reading through the stuff. To me, once it's written, it's like, oh, thank goodness I've got it out of my head and it's on paper. Now I can actually start molding it and start creating something. So I actually a couple of you have said you don't like editing. I actually don't mind it. To me, I feel like I'm starting to take some shape. So that's the fun part. Who else? Why don't we throw to Justine, because she's always doing amazing stuff.
Why did I know you were going to say me next, Andrew? So where am I up to? My kids' book is sitting in the hands of 30 publishers. Well, 29, because I've had a knockback. I got a really weird email, and because you know me, my brain.
Well, congratulations on your knockback. Let's celebrate Justine's rejection. Woohoo! Because it's all part of the journey. You're going to get rejected. So, and guess what? You survived it.
Oh, I have, and
Yeah.
I got an interesting email back from Shoreline Publishing Group. Now, because I just submitted to everyone. And they've sent back, dear author, thanks for getting in touch with us and seeking the next steps in your career as an Australian author. Please ask as many questions as you feel you need to help understand the further steps involved. Thank you for choosing our agency to support you. We look forward to taking the journey with you and supporting your goals.
Okay, that's probably, well, I would say it sounds to me like they want your money. It sounds like a self-publishing deal.
They're not getting
it. I didn't think they were. Yeah, so I think if you would look at Shoreline Publishing, look at their website, you'd probably find.
Well, I can't find anything on their website about that. That's the thing. All I can find is where to submit your work.
Well, why don't you just send them an email and say,
I did. I went, does this mean that you're publishing my book?
good, good.
That was my first question back to them.
That's awesome. That's good.
I should have wrote, and do you want money for this? But I didn't. I left that bit out. So what else have I done? I've actually started the first chapter. So I've got of my 8 Pillars book. And I'm co-authoring another book as well. And the other book that I'm co-authoring, they reckon now will be at the end of October. So
Okay, awesome. Well, that's good. Well, you, as always, you are incredibly productive.
well, you know, it's not going to get written by it just sitting there, is it? So
No, it's not. That ain't very
But it's
profound
gotta
words.
got to be out there to be making money.
I love it. And I'm glad you said that.
Oh, it does. It's no good up here. It's not making me any money up here. It's got to be put down on paper.
I know. Yeah.
And then people have to buy it. So we'll work that stage out once it's written.
We'll get that. Don't worry, we'll get to that point. That's great. Well done, Justine. Congrats on you, because you pumped out those 30 submissions very quickly, didn't you?
Yeah, and look, I still have another target to do 10 this week, and I've kept a spreadsheet on them all as well. And so on the spreadsheet, I've only doubled up once, so I'm hoping that they think that, oh, she must think it's really good she submitted to us twice, with who it's submitted to, and because they all give different time frames, obviously, on when, you know, they'll either yay or nay it. So some have been from 6 days right up to 6 months. And so it's all written in the spreadsheet. I've got to send one off now because you can only submit on the first Monday of every month. Go figure. So it's in my diary to send one off to them. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I've given myself that deadline of the 1st of January, that if I haven't heard anything back by the 1st of January, then I'll self-publish it. But I want to give it a good, that will be nearly 6 months of waiting to pick it up. And hopefully by then, you know, my goal is to hit 50 publishers for it. And so it's trying to find another 20 as well. So I'm open to suggestions on how to find them, because I've been Googling everywhere.
Google, anyone got any suggestions for Justine?
No, that's okay. I'll
Just
keep
look, one of the things, and I know we can't go into bookshops at the moment, but
go in and
when you
check
can, go into the kids section and have a look and see who the publishers are.
I did that through Dimmicks Online. I went to Dimmicks Online and I looked at books that were similar-ish to what I was looking for, and they all have the publishers listed. And then I was tracking on those individual publishers. So I was just doing that out of, I haven't submitted to them, but so I'm not sure the success rate of that, but that was a way of just finding like-minded publishers.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that tip. I shall take that up, Kat, and I'll let you know next month how it goes.
Good
Thank you.
Good tip, Kat. Good one. All right. So, Kat, while you've got your microphone on, tell us where you're at.
I got a bunch of paint on the carpet of the rental, but I got it cleaned up. That's part of my book. No, I really did. So my book is a collection of activities to teach physics concepts through hands-on artistic projects. And so that's kind of activity by activity. I've been whirling through it. And the most recent one that I just finished was on using marbles to show inertia and transfer of energy. So that one just got finished, which is great. And so I'm in the midst of some of my research on elastic potential energy, so that we can make a nice little toilet paper cannon to shoot food coloring soaked cotton balls into a paper and make archery splat art. So that's the next one. So that's pretty exciting.
That is exciting. I think there's some
yeah.
parents that are not going to be very happy with you though when their kids start shooting paint soaked things around the house.
We've got a nice level of like, you know, there's the teacher market is kind of, you know, it cross both lines, but hey, you know what? STEM is messy. So yeah, so I'm working with a partner on that. So he's an engineer by trade. So he's been doing some of the base project design and stuff, and then we collaborate, and we've been having fortnightly meetings, which has been really, really good to keep us both on track. So we kind of know, for the first time in a long time, we can kind of see what we think the shape of our book is like. We know which of the activities we have left to test, which ones we're pretty confident about, which ones we are a little bit wiggly about. The physics holds up. It's just the art that falls down sometimes. But yeah, so we kind of have a vision over that, and we know what the next steps are. As such, we've been sort of laying out some of the threads of like, yeah, I've been starting to look at some publishers, starting to gather up some marketing ideas as well for once we have a publisher and all that sort of stuff. It's just, I find it easier to kind of, so we use a product management tool for that called Asana, which you can use for free, but do it however you like. But yeah, so we've got our publishers to investigate list. We've got our marketing concept ideas list, just so that when those ideas come up, but I'm always afraid I'll lose an idea, but I don't have time. Like, that's not what I want to focus on right now. So just throw them in there. They don't get lost. We can come back to them when the time is right. And yeah, so yeah, ticking along. I think about half of our activities are completely done now, which is really quite exciting. And yeah, I'll yeah, the paint will be inside the food coloring's the easy one. It'll be fine. It's inside a box. No worse than the fidget spinner. It's fine.
Awesome. Well done, Kat.
Cheers.
Thank you for sharing, and well done. That's awesome. I mean, because Kat and I, you know, we've been talking for a long, long time, and it's been a lot of stopping and starting, but now she's on a roll because she's spent that time just moving through, and now she's on a roll, which is awesome. So good job.
Cheers.
Now, who else have we heard from? Terry, do you want to say good day?
Sure, Andrew. Hello.
Hi.
Good. First time attendee.
Yeah.
It's been
welcome.
very interesting listening to others. I've written the first draft, and currently going through the I guess editing and taking out a fair bit of surplus content that's probably fairly boring, and also improving the grammar and the language in it. And then the next step will be to pull it all together and put it into different chapters, and I'll have to take material out of different areas and try and build chapters that are interesting and providing a lesson, I guess. That's the plan. So a fair bit of work to go yet.
Good, mate. Well, you've done a first draft, and you know that is the hardest work, and most people will never get through a first draft. So the fact you've done that, mate, is cause for celebration. So well
Thanks,
done.
Andrew. Thanks for your help.
No, you're welcome. Pleasure. Thanks for sharing, mate. Deb, how are you going?
Okay.
There she is.
Yeah, I'm good. Same place as I was a while ago when I was speaking to you, but I did contact Karen Guest.
Okay. Yep.
And that was really helpful. Karen was great with some structure, and Karen with structure and stuff like that. Yeah, and I sort of, you know, I get a little bit like, oh, I don't know how it's going, and should I keep going with it? Because, you know, I'll get someone to read a bit, and then I'll get a bit of negative feedback, and then I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. But then I actually went to my neighbour's house, and she had a friend there who was on work cover. She'd been injured, and this, as you know, but nobody else knows, my book is about workplace injury and how that affects you in so many different ways. And the lady was in tears, and it was sort of just a reminder to me of why I want to do this, because then I had a chat with her and told her some different avenues and things that I'd been through, and it was actually really helpful to her. So it sort of reinforced to me, yeah, I do have to do this, because there is a lot of people that I think it could benefit from it. So yeah, I think I needed to go to the neighbours that day for that reason. But yeah, so I really just need to get back into it, and the sheet for the 63 days I think might be helpful for me.
Definitely. I was just going to say the same thing, Deb. I think that, look, the hardest part of writing the book is not the writing. You know, the hardest part of writing the book and getting through this process is dealing with the voice in your head. You know, like that is. So what we've got to do is we've got to bypass the voice. Yeah, that's the key to this, because it's like, you know, I mean, things that we have to be deliberate about, we negotiate, right? Have you ever noticed that? Like, if something that you're not sure, it's not part of what you do, there's always the battle. There's always a battle. Will I or won't I?
Yeah.
You know, like the alarm goes off. Will I get up and go for a run or not? You know, we battle. So the only way to avoid the battle is to get beyond the point of the battle, and that's that 63 days. So the battle, there will be a battle in 63 days. You know, just trust me on that. There will be, and that's where what Sushi was here. She's now gone, and what Kat was doing, and a few other people, was trying to be accountable to that, to yourself, but to others. You know, so what Sue's doing, if you're looking at that Facebook page, she's posting every day. Day 8, done. Day 8 of 63, done. Day 9, done. And I know Kat was doing the same thing. And so I would recommend it highly. But you've got to know, Debbie, that people, you got to doubt yourself. You just are in that journey. There's going to be doubt. You're going to wonder, am I any good? Can I do it? Am I wasting my time? Just know that you're not. Okay, you're not wasting your time. I mean, I wouldn't be giving it to, really, at this stage, giving it to anyone else to read to get their opinion.
Yeah.
It's not anyone else's business right now. It's your business. So yeah, the 63 days is, as far as I'm concerned, if you can just break through that point where you're negotiating every day, will I today or won't I today, or is this any good today, or is this good today or bad today, or that's just exhausting, isn't it? Don't you find you exhaust yourself? Who exhausts themselves sometimes? Like, oh my God, I wish I would.
I do constantly.
So that's why, we do talk about this 63-day thing a lot, and winning the day, because once you break through that little period, that when you think about it, it's just a very short period of time in your life, and you can crack it, then the voice doesn't have an impact anymore, because it's now just part of your DNA. It's like brushing your teeth. It's like you don't go, oh, will I brush my teeth today or not? Well, I'm no good at brushing my teeth, so I'm not going to do it today. You don't. You just do it, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. So
thank you.
But the other thing I would say is, part of the accountability is being here every month, coming to these forums, contributing on the Facebook page and commenting on other people, and putting your own progress up there, because there's something very, very special about community and support and encouragement and accountability. When doing something every day is not hard, sticking to it every day is hard. And that's where the more external support you can get as well, the better. So
Yeah, thank you.
But good on you for being here and well done.
Thanks.
So you've got a book that's worth writing. Now I think Judy, we haven't heard from Judy yet.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for being late. My dog appreciates me better, though, for having gotten him out for a walk. So,
Of course.
I have finished my manuscript and sent it off to Julie. I don't know how to say her last name.
Yeah, Julie. Just stick
The
with
Greek
Julie.
name.
He's got a long Greek surname, Julie.
So I'm just waiting to hear back from Julie. And for those who don't know, the book is it's a children's novel about through the eyes of my West Highland Terrier, Ralphie. So I'm just waiting to get the edited version back, and then I'll be on that merry-go-round of sending out to see whether or not we can get it published.
Adventure. That's an adventure. That's awesome. Well done. That's good. Well done. Okay, so has anyone got any concerns at the moment, or anything that, you know, like any ideas or thoughts or insights that they would like to share based on anything? I mean, this is open forum, so I just want to. Tara, actually, I might go to Tara because Tara put a really interesting, just put something in the chat. Do you want to expand on that, Tara, what you said about rejection?
Yeah, so I am a little bit of background. I'm a business coach, so I help people kind of from like the mindset and marketing side. And I've had a couple of clients who have been really struggling with rejection, and they keep hearing no, 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 and they take it so personally. And I think it's so easy for us to take it so personally. And I popped a post on my social media yesterday. I think it's Gabby Bernstein says that rejection is protection. And sometimes it's like the universe's way of protecting you from something. So maybe it's not the right person, not the right publisher, not the right time. And also, I think it gives us a really good opportunity for redirection and perhaps to think of a different approach or different angle. I also love that I think no is either not the right person or it's not the right time. So all about reframing and always finding the positives in everything.
Yeah, I love it. That's a really nice way to look at rejection. And I think it would all be fair to say that if we had no fear of rejection, we would all be published by now. Wouldn't we? Because what you think about, what stops us, holds us back, when you've got a fear, it's a fear of rejection of some sort, right? Like whether it's rejection of someone's, Deborah was talking about someone's negative opinion, rejection from a publisher. That fear is that's what stops us. Yeah. So this is really the only thing we've only ever got to get over in life is fear of rejection or acceptance, or it's the same thing. So how do we do that? Anyone got any ideas? Because if we can answer this, and I think it's good to get some perspective on this. This is a key one. I mean, you've all had success in your life in some area, right? And I know, Judy, you're in real estate, yeah? So that, you get a lot of rejection in real estate.
That's full of rejection.
What kept you going? What was your strategy to deal with that?
Look, most of the time the rejection came down to dollars. Someone was willing to do it for a much cheaper commission. And many times those people came back to me because they didn't get the results, because you get what you pay for a lot of the time. But it was just, it was hard, but you just had to take it as not being personal, that it wasn't really about what you did, because if you had enough belief in yourself and you could go back and look over what people were writing about your clients, then you could believe that you were worthy of what you were charging. It's just that some people didn't see it or didn't want to pay that. And at the end of the day, I always thought too, there's enough for everybody. So, if they say no to me, they're saying yes to somebody else, and that's okay, because, the next person will probably say yes to me, and I can only do so many houses at once anyway. So that's the way I looked at it. But it was hard when you worked very closely with someone for a long time and gave them a lot of advice, helped them out, and then found out their house was on the market with somebody else. They were the hardest ones.
Yeah.
Because you just
because
felt
that is
like,
personal. That is personal,
yes,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Beautiful.
That's when you had you're allowed sort of 5 minutes of lose your shit and then pull yourself back up and get going again.
Have a tantrum and then get up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else? Justine, tell us, how do you overcome rejection?
Well, geez, I've been rejected
or
my
bad.
whole life. So,
Well, I know you've had some challenges.
It's just a numbers game. It's like, for every rejection, every no, that's 50% chance of, closer to a yes, so to speak. It's like, all right, well, they've rejected me. I'm obviously not their fit. Move on to the next one. You don't like everyone in your life. So it's the same. It's, not everyone's going to like your work. I sell a lot of artwork, but it's not to everyone's taste. It's the same thing. You can look at it in lots of different aspects of your life. You pick your friends. There's some people that are acquaintances, some are friends, and some don't make the list. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I think when we're writing our words down, we're exposing a section of ourselves, and that's what we're afraid of, is not fully being rejected as a whole human being, but that one little bit that we've let in or let out to the world to see. And as an artist, I create some wacky things, and there's always that, what if someone doesn't like it? Well, tough, I like it. I like it. No one else has to like it. I like it. But you'll find the right fit with your publisher. It's just you haven't sent enough submissions out yet. You got to keep sending them out, and find your tribe, so to speak. Find the right publisher for you. And if it's a no, okay, it's a no. There'll be a yes one day. Look, and we were talking about this, Andrew, remember? J.K. Rowling. She's a classic example. How many publishers turned around and said no to her?
A lot of very, very unhappy publishers, that's for sure.
Or a lot of stupid publishers.
Look,
and the one that accepted her, they said, don't give up your day job.
Yeah,
there you go.
Interesting. It just showed, and this is the key thing, that publishers aren't the be all and the end all. Their opinion is not. I think that's where I see. Tragically, I see so many people give up the race when they get a rejection from a couple of publishers. And they go, well, if a publisher doesn't think it's any good, then it can't be. Well, the only, and I said it's the only person responsible for you getting published is you. Because you get to choose whether you make another submission, or you get to choose where you give up.
Or you start your own publishing house, Andrew.
Well, you could do that.
Well, see, that's on the cards for me next year. It's like, right.
Well, there you go. We all might have a publisher then. Justine starts a publishing house. There you go. But there is, the thing about, I think I like what Tara said about just rebranding rejection, because it's not, you're not being rejected. Like, does everyone like mustard?
Nope.
Okay, put your hand up if you like mustard. And if you don't, okay. So right now, if I'm, some people like mustard, some people don't like mustard. Some people like chocolate, some people don't like chocolate. Some people, like, we've just got different tastes. Some publishers are looking for certain books. It's really just
a numbers game.
It's a numbers game, and there's an awesome book. If there's an awesome book called Go for No. And the book talks about, this high concept of numbers. Let's say you've got to submit to 20 publishers, and I'm just pulling this number out of my hat. You've got to send it to 20 publishers to get your book published. Let's just say that's the number. Well, it means you've got to hear 19 no's.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, if that's the number. So therefore, every time you get a no, what do? You
Well, I
celebrate.
personally cross it off the list.
You celebrate.
I apply to another one.
You celebrate because you had to get 19 no's. You've got to get no. So the book Go for No says you set the goal around no's, not around yeses. So you keep going till you get 19 no's. And then once you've got your 19 no's, in there, you'll have at least one yes. And I like that as it's just reframing rejection and saying, well, it's not rejection at all, because you only want one publisher and you want the right publisher. You don't want any old publisher. So anyway, I think we've done that. Anyone else got any thoughts, comments?
Andrew, I haven't yet been rejected by a publisher, and I'm sure it's only a matter of time. But there's been really good thoughts there, particularly around numbers and so on. I've had plenty of rejection in my life, but it's also a mindset thing too, about coming from a position of scarcity or a position of abundance. And if you get knocked back and you're feeling desperate and dateless, you start to come across as being desperate and dateless, and you get more knockbacks. But if you can get that mindset of abundance, as you were saying, focusing on the no's, well, every no you get you closer to that yes. So just that mindset, I think, helps.
It's so true, mate. It's just a simple shift, isn't it? It's a shift to go, well, okay, cool. They miss out. They lose. That publisher that rejected, they've lost. I mean, think again, go back to Justine, J.K. Rowling. How many publishers lost big time? I mean, wow. You couldn't lose much bigger than losing, not accepting that one. And so you've got to believe that that's going to be the same for you. Like this book, once it's written, the publisher that takes me on is going to be very, very blessed. And I truly feel that and believe that. So
I think you shared years ago, I think it was Andrew with me, on the mindset thing, which is valuable, is that if you think about the South Park Simpsons did it, like everything's been done before, that can be quite a depressing point of view, but you haven't done it. So your point of view that you're adding to what you're writing or whatever you're creating has inherent value. And that mindset has been quite freeing for me with some. Yes, I made it through the 63 days. I've done it through a few 63 days, but there's still days where it's just like feels hard, or I doubt myself, or whatever it is. But it does, that affirmation of what I'm doing has value, even just that, what I'm doing has value, just that alone, paired with the action of keep doing it, it just makes the mindset easier. It's less of a struggle to come back from the lows, because it's just a more neutral game. So I know a couple of people said that they're thinking about doing the 63 days, and we've been talking about numbers and mindset. For me, one of the things that fell out of the 63 days, 3 or 4 rounds of 63 in, was to start expanding, not just trying to do a writing habit every day, but a few other things that were for me. So, doing things like, what did I need to be doing for my physical health or my mental health or whatever it is, and just doing those little items each day, and making my writing, which I've rephrased as realize my dreams through actions. Sorry. So it's not about writing, it's about why I'm trying to realize a dream. That's changed it as well. It's a lot easier to reach for my dream with 10 minutes. So it is little things, and it's been an evolving course for me. And I think that's something to give yourself permission on. But like, if you're starting it out, like, again, you don't have to be at the like confidence level or anything like that. It's okay to have like day 1 be weird, and like day 2 be weird, like day 12 be weird. And then, you know, it does get easier over time. And keep reminding yourself that, yeah, you're worth it and what you're doing is good. And even if you don't believe it, fake it till you make it for a little while. A year ago, I don't think I would have said those things, but well, okay, it hasn't been a whole year, but we're getting close. So yeah.
We'll have to have a party, I think.
Yeah.
But Kat,
It'll be a
that's-
tiny Zoom party. Woo.
Well, hopefully we'll be out of lockdown by then, but who knows?
48 days.
But, you know,
Mark,
what you
Mark
said-
McGowan may not be ready for the All Australia party in 48 days. Sorry about it.
I have to say that. But what you said is so valuable. I mean, you talk about language then, and there's a couple of things you really said. Because, you know, I say it all the time, it's not about the book. And I think we can get so caught up in the process of writing, right, I've got to write. And I think, Kat, it was you that said when we started talking, because you did a lot of writing at work. Yeah. Oh, and now I've got to come home and do more writing as if it's work.
Yep.
And just to reframe it to, no, I'm creating my dream. And that's what you're doing. You know, that language is really key to, you know, when it's a bit of a struggle, just as I'm creating my dream. This is, you know, I don't know who said before. I think it was you, Justine, said it. You know, until it's written, it's not out there. You know, and we have value, but that value can't impact the world until your book's out there. So that value, we've all got value, no matter what you're writing. There is value. We don't, and this is one of the things I had to negotiate too. Like when I was writing my first book, which was Eat Chocolate, Drink Alcohol, and Be Lean and Healthy about nutrition, I thought, well, there's a zillion nutrition books out there. Why is mine going to be any different? And I don't know, I just had this feeling that it was my book that someone needed to read. I don't know how many someone's, but I knew there was one person that would get. And it was interesting. I got an email from a lady after the book came out, not long after the book came out, and she said exactly that. She said, I've read so many different books, but it was your book, the way you wrote it, that impacted me. And I thought, and we're all the same. You know, there is a lot of, you know, Justine's writing sort of self-help kind of stuff. There's a lot of self-help books out there. You know, there's a lot of fiction stuff out there. There's a lot of kids books out there. There's a lot of every one of us that's writing a book. There's a lot of war books out there, right, Chris? I mean, there's a lot, but none of them written by you. Well,
That's quite right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's your perspective and your communication style and the way your experiences that make your book unique, no matter what the topic. So, you know, I think these are just things it's worth just considering all the time when you start doubting yourself. Is it worth it? Yes. This book behind me, I'm still in this last edit stage, and I just cannot wait till I've finished and it's out there, and because I know it's going to have an impact. I know it is.
Me too. I've bought it.
I know you're going to have to wait though. It's coming. It's coming. Trust me. I did. Let me just say this to you, Karen. I think Debbie is already spoken about Karen Guest. Karen's written a couple of books. She's been part of the Elite Club for quite a while, and she's now doing a lot of editing and proofreading, and she's sort of helping. She's helping me with Tears of Joy. And I said, I'm reading through it again. She goes, Andrew, read it out aloud. And isn't it interesting? Of all the times I've read manuscripts and books, and I've never read it out aloud. And so I've just said, okay. I've been reading it out loud, and it's amazing what you pick up when you read out loud that you will not pick up when you read it to yourself.
I use also on Word, there's a read out loud facility on it. And so although it's a bit robotic and it's not, I find it easier to listen to her than to listen to my own voice as well with someone
Yeah.
reading it out loud. In regards to my kids' book, I actually took it to my grandkids. I said, "Can you read this for Nana, please?" and videoed them while they were reading it, so I could hear how it sounded out of their mouth, not an adult mouth as well. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. But let me recommend, as you go through the editing stage, read it out loud. It's amazing because you'll pick up how it flows. It's amazing what you pick up and what you won't pick up if you just, I don't know. Someone can explain why that is, but I think it's obviously the audio part of it as well. You can tell if it flows, and as you're reading it, you go, "Oh, that doesn't sound right." And it's amazing how much stuff I have picked up in this. I've got about 6 or 7 pages. Seriously, I thought this thing was edited. I'm glad I'm doing this now. I'm glad I haven't got it printed and published and going, "Oh my gosh." So anyway. Any final, before we wrap up, anyone got any final comments, remarks, questions before we finish up for the evening?
What's the Facebook group?
Aren't you on it? I'm sure.
Oh, yes, but I can't seem to find
It's
it.
called called the One Word at a Time Elite Club.
All right, thanks. I'll have a look for it now.
I'll put the link in. Put the link in the chat. Oh, that's not it. What didn't they copy? Oh, that's why. Sorry.
I sent a request, but it hasn't been accepted ages ago.
Really?
Well, it says cancel request.
Okay. I'll sort that out. I'll make sure that you
sounds like another rejection.
Yeah, you're rejected.
I'm used to those. It's just training me. It's all in the training, guys.
Look, I'll put the link
I
in.
don't take it personally at all.
I'll put the link in there. If you're not, I think everyone else uses it, with the exception of Justine. Well, Chris, I don't think you are, because I'm not sure if you've got a Facebook account. But if you have you got a Facebook account?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Okay. Then if I've put the link in the chat, if you're not a member of the Elite Club, just click on that and send me a request to join, and we accept Justine because she's trouble. Joking, Justine.
You have no idea.
That's okay. I will sort that out.
Do you cancel the request and then send another one?
Yeah, do that.
Because you've lost.
Actually, no. I'll send you an invite to join. I'll do that now. Okay. So thanks everyone for being here again. It's awesome. Looking at calendars, the next Monday evening one will be the 4th of October. But I'll send a follow out email with the 63-day tracking sheet attached to it, and yeah, we've got another one of these on Saturday morning. So if you want to join again and jump on another one Saturday morning, obviously that one's at 10 a.m. Melbourne time. That's available as well. So thank you everyone for being here. It's been awesome. You have a wonderful evening, week, and we'll talk soon.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.